What are your salary expectations? What do you typically charge for your services? And what are your rates? Do you feel scared, ashamed, or guilty when you hear those questions? Negotiating with others about money is stressful. If you're not 100% sure of your worth, the moment you open your mouth to name the price, you might hear that fearful inner voice responding back to you. What are your salary expectations? Hey, who are you? I'm your friend, I'll help you. Hey, whatever you say, just please be realistic or we'll be starving to death. I was gonna ask this. You're crazy, they're gonna reject us. You think so? Why would anyone hire you and pay you over 100,000? Maybe you're right. Maybe it is too much. Excuse me, who are you talking to? And at the same time, you're surrounded by people who seem to have no problem at all naming the price for their services. So where does this self-assurance and a deep feeling of self-worth come from? If you're a solopreneur who's a little bit terrified of naming your prices to your customers, or an underpaid employee struggling with salary negotiations, this video will revolutionize the way you think about your worth, providing 2 simple strategies that will take away the stress out of this process. It might even become enjoyable and fun. Let me offer you a perspective of a businesswoman/marketer who's been on both sides of the spectrum. At various points of my life, I was a freelancer, an employee, and a business owner. What are your salary expectations? I'll accept an offer around 100,000. What? Are you insane? That's ridiculous. You're not worth it. You know what? I'll blacklist you and I'll make sure everyone in the industry knows that you're crazy.
Denied.
And here's a simple question. What would you pay for a trash can? Just the one in your kitchen. On Amazon, most products will fall within the range from $20 to $50. But does that mean that all the trash can manufacturers charge the same price? No. What about this golden hack for almost $400? Or this super fancy technological trash can priced at over $400? And I honestly don't see the owners of this company going like this. We're gonna look ridiculous with this kind of price. Why would someone pay $400 when they can buy it for $50? I'm so ashamed. How can we charge that for a trash can? Ugh! No, we cannot do that. That's just unfair. Let's just sell it for $50 like everyone else. Moreover, if they're investing in manufacturing those things, there's probably some demand behind it. No, I'm not suggesting that you ask over the market price, okay? But when you dive deeper into the market and you have a solid understanding of what your competitors are charging, it won't occur to you to charge 3 times less. You don't charge $1 for a trash can that is obviously the same as from your competitors. Because the market is objective and it doesn't care how you feel regarding offering your services and putting a price tag on them. Thing is, products are purchased by people who need it, and knowing your worth as a professional comes from an understanding of the environment in which you operate. Who are your competitors? How much they charge and why? That doesn't mean that you have to be in the same range. You might be totally different. But at least once you know what the market is charging, it becomes easier to name your price. Thus, the first tip is to research your market. When I was launching a content marketing agency, what helped me a lot was calling 10 of my competitors. I inquired about their services, what they are offering, how much are they charging, what are the conditions. Is your pricing flexible? What you might discover is that your competitors offer much less value and it's time to increase your prices. Or that what you charge is excessive and you need to work more on the quality, conditions, or guarantees of your service. Either way, you'll gain lots of insights and you'll feel differently after this experiment. An important side note. If we examine all the products and services available globally, there isn't a single product or service that every person in the world would buy, or even just willing to purchase. Consider this, I may adore that parrot? But for most of you, it's a dust collector, right? A Lamborghini car might be a very cool dream, but if you ask all of your friends and relatives realistically, would they buy it if they had the money, they will probably choose something else, considering all the additional expenses like taxes and maintenance. What about water? Bottled water. Does everyone in the world drinks bottled water? Well, babies would disagree. So even if a prospect rejects your services, that's not an indication that you don't have value or worth. It's just they don't need it right now or ever, and that's normal. Let's move on to the second hack. The reason we often find it challenging to set a price for our services is that we tend to confuse our personal worth as we perceive it at any given moment, and our business value that we are providing to our customers and clients. When you're not feeling your best, you might feel that you don't deserve a large amount of money. And you're not alone. Believe me, I did that too, like hundreds of times. But what helps is separating those two things. If you don't feel you're worth the price tag, and this might be a little unpleasant to hear, you don't have a full understanding of why your customer is purchasing these services from you and what is their game plan, what they're gonna do next, why is it important for them to do that now, and what's gonna happen to the output of our work. For most of us, that's a challenge because we don't have that helicopter view of what's going on with our customer. The main goal of any business is to make money. And although a lot of people would argue without money, without turnover, a business cannot survive. Generally, if someone's paying you, they believe they can make more money out of it with the services you're providing. Let's say you're in the Netherlands and you want to land a high-paying job. You probably realize that it makes much more sense to chase a position at a big company like Booking or Amazon. Why? Because their products are used by millions of people and they're able to afford high salaries. Moreover, they're building an asset, something that is a part of their capitalization. Your salary is just one of their expenses, and most probably they don't really care whether it's 60K, 70K, or even 80K. And yes, all of the options are considered good salaries here. So here's how you can fight that inner voice that tells you that you're asking way too much. Go talk to your customers and ask them about their challenges. Ask why they are purchasing that service from you and try to see through what they are saying to understand what's important to them. Let's not forget that we are all people and we all have our emotional needs. And sometimes we just want them met and we're ready to pay extra for that. Just let's say I started a jewelry store and I need a new logo. My conscious goal would be, well, just to find someone who can design a nice logo. But I do have a lot of unconscious goals. I want someone with accountability and I want someone who will work with me until we develop something that I love. As you can see, there are various factors and various needs. And once you know the needs of your customer, you'll have no problem naming the price whatsoever because you are offering a comprehensive solution. Yeah, I know. Naming a price for your product is like standing on the edge of a high dive looking into the unknown. But you know what? You've got this. Because you're not just pulling numbers out of thin air, you're putting a price on your amazing skills and years of experience. And you're offering something that the market already wants. And people who recognize your worth won't blink an eye because they're investing in a game changer. And that, my friend, is you. Stay bold and keep pushing because the world needs the unique gift that you have. Do you also want to learn how to articulate your value more in detail? Subscribe to the channel for more tips. Thanks for watching. See you next week.